Hey guys, it's Duka here, and I just wanted to get a really quick video out. The end of the year is almost upon us, and I just wanted to get just a really quick casual video in because I just had this idea pop in my head a couple days ago, and I just wanted to spitball some ideas on this. So we know that ARTMS have referenced quite a bit of Greek mythology in their group and in their concepts. For one, obviously their group name is a reference to the goddess Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and the moon, but also their latest comeback was called Icarus, and they basically reinterpreted the story of Icarus to basically tell a story of rebirth and resilience and hardship. And this isn't the first time also we've seen LOONA kind of lean on these, because Kimlip's Solar Eclipse also referenced Pandora's box, so I think it's really cool how they sort of take these elements but also combining them with other mythologies. Like, obviously there's a lot of Christian references with like the story of the Garden of Eden, and other mythological references like the phoenix that's also brought up in Icarus with the phoenix wing line. But yeah, I kind of wanted to delve more into this idea of like, are there any other like Greek mythology references that Artemis could potentially make or like put into a concept that I think that could be really, really cool. Artemis obviously isn't the only one to do this. There are quite a few instances in K-pop of Greek mythology stuff being referenced. Some of the more popular ones that come up tend to be like referencing Cupid or referencing sirens, whether it be like the sirens singing or like name dropping sirens as well. The Seraphim had that one song where it referenced Psyche, the goddess Psyche. Dreamcatcher in OOTD had a line from Jiu where she referenced Venus, which is the Roman name of Aphrodite. Kiss of Life had a song, and the music video for Midas Touch had not only references to the story of King Midas, but also a lot of Medusa references in there. And some of Ive's earlier concepts seem to draw a reference to the story of Narcissus. So I'm basically gonna go down the line with the different ideas of like stuff I think would be really cool to see them reference or put into a concept. Basically going from most likely I think is gonna happen to I don't know how likely it's gonna happen, but I think it would be cool if it did. So yeah, we'll just get started with that. Number 1, sirens, nymphs, mermaids. Not all sirens are mermaids, and not all mermaids are sirens, just wanted to clear that up. Sirens, as they were depicted in stories like the Odyssey, were actually bird ladies, not mermaids. But yeah, like I said, sirens are a pretty popular concept or reference that a lot of K-pop groups have made in the past, so it wouldn't surprise me if Artemis decided to do a siren-themed concept for a comeback, especially if it was like a summary type concept or comeback. I keep thinking back to the one set of photo cards that they did where it's like, I think they're like sitting in water and you see kind of their reflections in them. It's like, you know what, that also kind of makes me think of Narcissus, because Narcissus sees his reflection in the water and like falls in love with it. Virtual Angel is another one that comes to mind. We kind of hear the siren voice at the beginning. Obviously, it's also meant to kind of be like an angelic singing voice as well, but I feel like if they wanted to lean into like the siren angle, especially also with the reference of nymphs, the nymphs who often accompanied Artemis, who were like nature spirits. I feel like if they wanted to do a very summery nature type concept, not necessarily like sirens or mermaids, but like a naturey nymph concept in general, I think that could be really, really cool to see. Number 2, Echo. Echo is a nymph who, through her namesake, she was cursed by Hera to only be able to repeat words that she had just heard. She could only repeat what other people were saying. She lost her own voice and could only repeat other people. So I could definitely see that more so in like the vocal performances and the lyrical symbology of it. I really like the idea of like I just had this idea of a song being called Echo and kind of drawing that inspiration in the lyrics of something like how Echo, she was someone who was in love with Narcissus but was rejected by him, as so many people did, because Narcissus only liked himself. And Echo essentially withered away into nothing with only her voice echoing remaining. So I could definitely see kind of like a sad love song with lyrics referencing Echo, like, even as I wither away, my voice still longs for you. Something like that. I think that could be like a really cool concept or song if they decide to draw inspiration from Echo. Number 3, Actaeon. This is more so a visual thing because I feel like we've kind of seen hints of this already. So Actaeon is a figure in Greek mythology who's kind of tied to Artemis, but there are also so many different like stories and reinterpretations of Actaeon's tale that it's kind of hard to pin down. But essentially he was a hunter who angered the gods and was devoured by his own hounds. A lot of interpretations tend to have it that, oh, he saw Artemis and her nymphs when they were bathing and she turned him into a deer and he ran off and got devoured by his own hounds. And we've seen kind of the antlered men come up, most notably in Virtual Angel is when we see the antlered men, so I feel like that is already kind of a subtle reference to it, I guess you would call it. I don't know how much else like they're gonna lean into that. Though also by that same notion, it is quite amusing that we have several instances now of Kimlip specifically fighting men, which I don't know. It's just really funny to me. Number 4, the Lotus Eaters. Hear me out. The Odyssey is a huge story, but this is something that comes in early enough in the Odyssey that I feel like most people know about it. The Lotus Eaters referenced in the Odyssey is basically focused on an island full of people who eat these magical lotuses and it clouds their mind and makes them forget things. And I feel like something like that could easily be turned into a really creepy, dark, ethereal, dreamy concept, especially for Artemis. Like remember how in Lucemble and TTYL, where the whole concept of that music video was that the girls were kind of like in a dream world, a dreamception, where they were like going through all these different dream worlds trying to reunite with each other and wake up. I could feel like something like that, where it was like imagine the Artemis members kind of going through this hazy dream, trying to remember, but also being like tempted by like whether it be like flowers, the scent of flowers, making them forget things, but they're still trying to find each other, like something like that. I feel like they could do that. It would be so cool, be it sort of kind of a creepy but still kind of dreamy concept. I feel like that would be an amazing concept to pull from. Whether you want to lean more into like the actual nature concept of being an actual flower, or leaning into more of like kind of the cyberpunk concept we're going on. I don't know. I just think you could do some cool things with that. I just think that would be cool. Number 5, Hades and Persephone. Again, I feel like Hades specifically isn't really gonna come up, but I don't know. I just feel like the aesthetic of like the stories of the Underworld, and specifically Persephone's story of how she became the bride of Hades and the queen of the Underworld, is like, I don't know, I feel like that would be really cool. There's all kinds of different Underworld type stories in many different cultures, not just Greek mythology, so I feel like you could do some really cool ideas with that, especially if you want to continue that from the story of Icarus, where it is about like death and rebirth, and more so transformation and sorrow and resilience. Like all those different themings I think could really come into play there. Like, remember what happened to Jinsoul in the music video? Like, she just straight up died. Like, she got struck by lightning and died. Imagine if like a future music video for the next comeback, or the next teaser for the next comeback, could be like Jinsoul being in the Underworld and the other members are like trying to get her back, or like the members are trying to all escape the Underworld. I don't know, something like that could be cool. Even if you wanted to do a really subtle Persephone reference with like the pomegranate being showed somewhere, it's like, I don't know. I just think that would be really cool. Again, I don't know how likely it's gonna happen, but I guess we shall see. So yeah, those are some concepts and references I think would be, I think it would be really cool if any of these were done by ARTMS specifically, because I think the team at Modhouse and Digipedi could come up with some really cool ideas with them. I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of speculate about. So feel free to leave in your own like ideas of like what would you want to see ARTMS do, whether it be like Greek mythology specifically or other types of mythology, like what would you like to see them do? I'm still learning a lot about Asian and specifically Korean mythology, so if there's like something from Korean mythology you think, oh, maybe they could put a cool spin on this while keeping to like the other like references to like Greek mythology and Christianity that they've also done, it's like, I don't know, I think that'd be cool. Like, I think back to Florestel where she mentioned like the owl potentially being like a spirit of the underworld that's referenced in Korean mythology. I forget the exact name of it, but I thought that was cool. But yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts, and we'll see you guys next year. So hope you all have a happy holidays and a happy new year. And until next time, see you later. Bye bye.